vocational group. So for the pure science, they have 4 subjects. For the applied science and technology, they have 12 subjects. And for the vocational group, they have 22 subjects. Under the literature and humanities, they can choose between these 3 courses: languages, Islamic studies, and humanities and literature. So for languages, they have 11 subjects as well as the humanities and literature. But under the Islamic studies, they will have 13 subjects. Upon taking these, the core courses are still compulsory. The next one is the technical. So for the technical, they study and train agriculture, commerce, civil engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, and mechanical engineering. So they can enroll under the upper secondary industrial apprenticeship program, wherein they will only go to school 2 days and the rest will be the training. And they can also enroll to the upper secondary vocational education program, wherein they need to study 2 years and train for 2 years, and after that they can earn both the Malaysian Certificate of Education and the Level 2 Malaysian Skills Certificate. The next one is the religion. So it includes the government-aided religious schools and the national religious secondary schools. So here they study Arabic and the Jawi script. They also study religious texts and memorize the Quran. They eventually learn the Malaysian Higher Certificate in Religion. So after the upper secondary school, they will get the Malaysian Certificate of Education. So for the Chinese independent secondary schools, they last for 6 years. It is divided into 2 stages. The first 3 years are for the junior middle school, and the next 3 years will be for the senior middle school. The language of instruction here is Mandarin Chinese, and they follow the curriculum United Chinese School Committees Association of Malaysia, or which is called the Dongzong. After this middle school, they will take the unified examination. Now, for the post-secondary education of the Malaysian education system, they can obtain this from external examining boards, specialized public colleges, and public and private universities. So it is called the Form 6. So the Form 6 lasts up to 3 semesters or 1.5 years. It's either under humanities or science track. They prepare the students here for the Malaysian Higher School Certificate. So the Malaysian Matriculation Program, they have 1 year to study under this, and it is usually reserved for the Bumiputera students, or the Malays and indigenous people who lives in Malaysia. So completing this, they will be awarded an MOE Matriculation Certificate. Under the University Foundation naman, they teach us here basic science and humanities courses. It requires 50 credits, and it takes up to 1 year study, but some extends to 2 years. Upon completion of this University Foundation, they will be awarded Foundation Qualification. For the vocational colleges, 2 years of vocational program, and they will earn the Malaysian Vocational Certificate. If they choose to continue, they will take up to 2 years or 2.5 years program, and they will obtain they will go to the Malaysian Vocational Diploma, which includes the 5-month internship, which is 70% practical training and 30% academic. So for the community colleges, it is the first community colleges is established last 2001. So they offer here 4 semester which is the community college certificates, and 6 semester or the community college diploma. They also offer community college foundation certificates, which give weight to the learners who have learning disabilities. So, under the polytechnics, the first polytechnic was established since 1969. So, it is categorized into 3 types: the conventional, the metro, and the premier. So, for the premier, it is the most prestigious, but it just offers a small number of bachelor's degree programs. The admission here is more selective than the conventional and metro, and the students here must have obtained at least honor for 5 SPM subjects. So for the conventional and metro polytechnic, it is less selective, and the students here are just required to have honors for 3 SPM subjects. They also offer distance learning programs. So the entire polytechnic requires only 1 semester of practical training and offers 6 to 7 semesters in various professions. Some offer 2 years, 4 semester skills certificate, which is for the students who have hearing impairments. So for the higher education, under the bachelor's degree, it requires a minimum of 3 years and the completion of 120 credits. But some requires up to 5 years of study. The next one is the postgraduate certificates and diplomas. So under these are open for the applicants or students who have obtained a bachelor's degree. So for the postgraduate certificates, they are required to complete 20 credits or around 1 semester of study. And for the postgraduate diploma, they are to complete 30 credits or around 9 months to a year of study. So let's now go to the master's degree. So for the master's degree, they offer 3 modes: coursework, mixed mode, and research. So for the coursework, it involves classroom-based study and examinations. And for the mixed mode, it is the mix of coursework and research. For the Doctor of Philosophy, these are open to the students or applicants who have obtained their master's degree. It also offers 3 modes: the coursework, and mixed mode, and the research. But the coursework and mixed mode just requires a minimum of 80 credits or 3 years of full-time study and research. So let's now come to the curriculum and pedagogy of the educational system of the 2 countries, the Philippines and Malaysia. Let's go first to the Philippines. So the Philippines ICT integration is under senior high school, wherein they have these tracts like TVL or the Technical and Vocational Livelihood, and STEM or the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. For the history, they have a strong integration of the history or their local history through various subjects. So integrating to various subjects such as AP or Araling Panlipunan, Filipino, Val-Ed, Music, Arts, PE, and Health, and Philippine History. So for the ICT integration, they have this HELE or Home Economics and Livelihood Education for the elementary, which is now called the EPP, and for the secondary, it is called THE or the Technology and Home Economics. So also aside from this, since we have come to the new era wherein technology driven, which is technology driven, the education system of the Philippines has also adopted, which they called it in blended learning, or the face-to-face and the asynchronous and synchronous classes. So the languages used in instruction or in teaching in the Philippines is Filipino and English. So for the kindergarten and grades 1 to 3, usually they still use their mother tongue as the language of instructions for the students to learn the lessons. But the teachers here does the code switching. So let's now come to the Malaysia. So in Malaysia, they have this strong implementation or belief that the STEM could help their country. So the STEM and technical and vocational education and training, or the TVET, is focused. So the Malaysia education blueprint from the year 2030 up to 2025 prioritize STEM development, digital learning, and industry academia collaboration. The Malaysian government or the Malaysian education system also encourages the students to engage or to participate in robotics competitions, coding programs, and innovative projects to foster a research-driven and tech-savvy generation. So for the integration of their history, they have this One Malaysia, wherein it promotes unity among their country's diverse ethnic groups, and this is under one of their subjects in Islamic education or moral education and history. And also they have this Gotong Royong, or the community cooperation, wherein they instill to the students the history, local culture and history through community responsibility and volunteerism. So